Welcome, comrade. Rad poznakомиться. Welcome to the World of Warships with Captain Yamo. I am your host, Captain Yamo, and this is the Tier 2 Russian cruiser, the Novik. Might be the Novik, I don't know for sure. I don't know that. I don't know Russian names well. And so we're taking her out for our first spin. Of course, with free XP, we've been able to upgrade everything on her. She's got a good long range on her, 10 kilometers. And we're going to see if these Russian guns are all they're said to be. I didn't check the caliber on them. So we're really going deep on this one here. I believe they're 120 millimeter main batteries. Oh, there's a Russian. There's a Russian right there. Ooh, it's pretty high loft. Little gunner time. It looks like it's going to land at about the 8, so let's get the next shots off. Oh, took a slam from somebody. Time to get the flock out of here. Let's see if I can survive. Holy crap. Yeah, it looks like I'm not going to be playing this one very long. But here they are, the new Russian cruisers. And that's a Kolberg. That's why I was getting lit up. Oh, man. Yeah, we in a little bit of trouble here. For at least another minute. These are going to take some getting used to. They got a pretty high loft. Look at that, even on that Chikuma, which is a relatively slow ship. And finally get some blood. Nice, it lofts them up over that mountain. So right now on the maximum zoom, I'm giving about a 10 lead, and that looks about right. Should we be shooting at? What do we got? 1,700 damage too. Oh, no contest. I mean, if I was hitting. Of course, the extra 300 points of damage is only if you're penetrating, but I gotta get my steering wheel back up. Rudder. In the parlance of the seaman. Pretty rough beating there, huh? Only down about 4,000 hit points, but just it was a caravan with no fucking wheels. Yikes! And this Novik is like right here. Not finding my way through her. It looks like you just gotta stick with these HE. Put her on fire. Come on, SR engines. There it goes again. Oh. It sure looks like the enemy's gonna win. What do we got? We got 5 ships. This is exciting. This is more exciting than some of the tier 9 and 10 matches I've been in. It's the fast-firing Kohlbergs and these Russian cruisers. That's pretty entertaining. Great commentary, by the way, right? Look at that, just burning it up. Which reminds me, I got a couple questions on my last video. The one I can recall right now, without taking my eyes off of what's going on the screen here. How do I feel about Wargaming releasing their content, the premium content on the North American server? They're kind of slow about it. They keep things pretty restricted mostly. They just recently made the Marblehead available, which, you know, you had to go to PAX, I think, to get. You know, it was like a special thing, and it's basically a Phoenix or whatever. And you know, frankly, I'm surprised that they don't make them more available. You know, it's not like these are collectible cards. They can release these ships at any time. And so, why they don't doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. I guess there's some collectability, but, you know, as with the Marblehead, they could release it at any time. So what's the difference? Release it now, release it later? Make them available, you know? I don't know. I saw some comments from people who were upset that their Marbleheads were now available by the common masses who didn't have to go to PAX, and I don't know. I don't see why it wouldn't be available. I paint stuff. I'm an artist when I'm not playing video games or working as an electrician, and I do my artwork on the computer. I'm sorry, I'm like stuttering and stumbling through it. It feels like there's a lot going on, and we've almost got this game back under control. Dang it! Damn! Every time I get hit, they take out my steering, and I'm about dead here. Anyhow, well, now I can address those questions, I guess. Let's see if we can't get to somebody else who's doing a better job than I am. Well, maybe not, but here's the tier 3. So yeah, I do artwork on the computer. You know, I paint, draw, and do all that kind of stuff. And in my mind, by making it available to anybody who wants it, I think it's the way to go. You know, people can have my artwork if they want it, and because I can print it out as often as I'd like. You know, I can print it out on canvas or whatever. I don't have to charge an arm and a leg, and you know, you can have this really nice looking gallery wrapped piece of artwork, or I think they're nice, and I'm a big believer in the free market model. I think if they want to make them available, they absolutely should. But if they make it so that people understand it to mean that no one can get what I have, you know, I buy this special premium ship, like, you know, the Saipan coming out pretty soon or whatever, and they're saying from the beginning that it's only going to be available for a short period of time or whatever. Well, I mean, you know, you give people an opportunity. I think it's kind of kicking yourself in the butt. Why not make it available? as I take a loss in my first outing in the Novik. Well, of course, we're down at tier 2 or tier 3 here, so what are you going to do? First run it did passable. I'd have been third to last on the enemy team as it stands. Of course, if you win, you get more XP. So I would have probably been a little bit higher. I'd have probably been around 700 or so, but that's only if we won. We did 18,000 points of damage on 52 hits, 6,500 points of damage off 21 AP shell hits, and a set of fire for 1,000 points of damage. I think, at least for this ship, that I need to focus on using the HE. Well, low cost to repair, of course, low ammo resupply, so we still made a ton of money on this one. So, well, here we go. You're going to start seeing these Russian cruisers around here. I'm going to start playing them a little bit more often, and hopefully I'll be moving up and sharing them with you if you want to see them. So, yeah, I think it's strange to have digital content be completely limited. But as long as they're making it clear that it's going to be very, very limited, and they do that, then, you know, if that's what makes them money and keeps this game free for me, then I sure hope they keep doing it. I don't know about giving premium content to qualified users. They in a sense, you know, what one of the problems with just releasing new premium ships, in my mind, you look at something. You know what? While I'm chattering away, maybe I should just start another one real quick. You know, rather than release ships and stuff and go wide with them. You know, for example, when they started releasing the Tirpitz, which is a tier 8 premium German battleship, you had tons and tons of people buying the Tirpitz, and many of them had probably never played much past tier 3 or 4, maybe 5. And so you had a bunch of people who were playing the Tirpitz who had no comprehension of really how to play at that level. You know, you kind of earn your way up, right? And so I could almost see them limiting people from buying premium ships, you know, maybe up to the top tier that they have unlocked, or maybe a tier or so past that. So, you know, if you've gotten to tier 6, maybe you can get the Tirpitz, but that seems like a pretty big stretch, you know. From, you know, the game between tier 6 and tier 8 really does change pretty drastically. At least in my opinion, it does. You know, the gameplay, the quality of your opponents, and all that other stuff, it really does jump pretty high there. So I don't mind them, you know, limiting what premium vehicles you can get based on the kind of experience that you have. But in the end, you know, the more money they make, the more often. Oh, and I didn't get my I didn't buy camouflage for this thing. Look at it. It's a pretty cool looking ship, isn't it? Armor isn't great, and apparently the rudder has a shell magnet on it, but interesting looking little ship. Decent range. The Dresden. Ugh. Trouble. In fact, speaking of trouble, why am I leading the group in? Well, alright. Why not? You gotta go sometimes, and it's not like I can't put another quarter in the machine and play another match, right? Oh, there's a Novik. It sure does take a lot of lead. Yikes. Yeah, I do have fun playing at this tier because things develop so quickly all of a sudden, and you know, well, of course, none of your opponents aren't all necessarily top notch, and so it's a little bit of seal clubbing, or it feels like it to me sometimes. But because of the limitations on all the ships at this tier, it does get kind of fun, you know. Look at those things; they loft up pretty good. Alright, where are those shells landing? They're landing at about 8. Now we're going to start trying to walk them down. Oh, she turned. Looks like she's going to island herself. Maybe not. Yep, that's got to be an island hit. She's on the beach. Like the Marines at Iwo Jima, like the Hoff. The Orland's done it too. I'm about to do it. Yeah, but she's looks like she's powering to get out of there. Uh-oh, I hear shells coming in. Oh, and now she's going forward. Gotta watch the smoke coming out of their stacks. It'll tell you everything you need to know. Usually, if you can see it. She's coming towards me. Here I find myself running in. Ooh, got a pin. Got a little tickle shot. I like how the guns have a pretty good rate of fire. You know, this is pretty amusing. There's another one. And now the Dresden's coming to sink me. Wishing I had torps. Yeah, bounced off. Try it one more time. Bouncers. Nope, didn't hit really well. Dresdens are huge trouble. And if you haven't played through the German cruiser line and unlocked a Dresden or the Kolberg, they're pretty fun. Getting low tier stuff, but fun. Oh, and I'm down. With 1 kill to my name, and that's it. But it looks like we're going to get a victory this time. So what do the rest of you think? Do you think wargaming should restrict players to certain levels based on how they play? Do you think only qualified users should be using these ships? What do you feel about them selling the Marblehead? You know, making it widely available to everybody. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I think if it helps spread the game, I think it's in general a good deal. You know, it's a lot of fun for me, this game, and the only negative I really have with this game so far, besides limited content, but come on, they just released, they just got out of closed beta, right? Is the time that is required to play some of the matches, especially once you get higher. You know, you get a 15 to 20 minute match. And, well, your matches in World of Tanks can be that long. Oh, we got another one on the beach. While it can happen that way, I totally lost my train of thought. I said on the beach, and I started, wasn't thinking of a sandy shore. But that's that. As long as we're spreading this game and get more people playing it, I think that's a good thing. And then I So this is what happens when you start to get a little bit older. You have to start jogging your memory. So yeah, if we're getting more people playing this, I'm down for it. As I say it for the third time. And are those gonna hit? No. I'm gonna have to. Well, the second pair might. Oof! Nice dodge. I think we better. The time limit. That's what I was gonna talk about. You know, when you play World of Tanks, although most of the matches are scheduled for 15 minutes, there's a good chance that in the first 5 to 10 minutes or so, it's going to be over, and so it's a small commitment. Oh, I didn't even say that out loud. It's a small time commitment when you're playing. You know, I can play it. You know, while I'm waiting to go somewhere. You know, I got to leave somewhere in 20 minutes. I can get a match in. But with World of Warships, you can't count on anything less than 20 minutes. It feels like. Nice job, Knight 4IM. I guess that means you're a Christian soldier, maybe? I don't know. Killing for Jesus. And another beach hit. So sorry for the overly repetitive nature of my commentary there. I had a brain fart. We had 47 hits, 1 incapacitation, 1 destroyed, 1 set on fire, 3 tickle shots, and defended the base a ton. That's probably where most of my XP came from. 886, what was our base? 22,000 points with the HE, 1,000 points with AP. I think so far it feels to me like the AP is pretty useless on this thing, but maybe I'm just not shooting well. Took 11,771 points of damage off of 42 hits. Still made 74,000 credits. And I guess we were, yeah, it was 886 base XP. And after the 1.5 multiplier and premium bonus, we almost got 2,000 XP. So I think we probably have enough to go ahead and move on into the next ship. What do I think about the Novik so far? Very, very thinly armored. Guns are kind of fun, but a little difficult to control. And I guess my next video will be on the Bogatyr? I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. I'd like to thank you for joining me on World of Warships with Captain Yamo, and I hope to see you on the digital high seas. Peace.